Hey guys, how's it going? I hope your guys' day is going awesome. I am going to be telling you guys if the Oculus Quest 2 is worth getting now, or if you should just skip it. Alright, so we're going to just jump right on in it. We're going to be going into some pros and then some cons, and then I'm going to tell you ultimately if I truly believe that you should get it or not. So, first off, we're gonna get into the ones that people have already heard about. There are no wires, and that is absolutely awesome. I love not being tethered to, a PS4 or your computer or whatever. That is really nice. It is really cool, and it makes the game that much more immersive. That you don't have these cords connecting you, and it's nice. It's very nice. The setup is honestly actually really easy, unless you have any issues in the process of setting it up, of course. I had none myself, but it's easy to set up. Just turn it on, and you're gonna have to create an account, and then you just link your phone to it, and then that's pretty much it, honestly. And so it's not bad at all. The controller battery life, it's pretty decent. It's good. You can go for, I would say, 2 months. I would say a month, 2 months, depending on how much you play it. I play, I would say, pretty dang often. Every day, maybe every other day. Multiple times a week. And I have had to change my batteries once, and I have owned it for 2 months now. So yeah, battery life for the controllers is good. And you can play Oculus Rift games. Not all. Certain ones are compatible. Some are not. But you have to have a computer for those, and it has to be strong enough to play Oculus Rift games already, which is kind of disappointing. I would have really liked it if they made it so it is compatible with games like Spider-Man, which is on the Rift, and if you get your computer, you can play it, but I just kind of would like it to be on the headset without having to download it and on your PC and then be connected to it. It's just nah. And you can play Steam VR games as well, and that is really cool. I love that I can play, Fallout 4 VR, Skyrim VR, and Hitman 3, but you have to have a PC that is VR ready, of course. And that's quite a bit of money for that. And so it's kind of meh. That part's nice, but not all games are compatible with the Quest. It has to be compatible with the Oculus Rift, and then it should be playable on the Quest. And you can also play some games online, like indie games that are on Game Jolt, but most of them, I would say, you probably cannot. And this can also be set up in areas that are not too large. That is something I remember having kind of an issue with the PSVR. I would kind of not really know where I'm at in my room, and I'd be worried that I'm gonna be running into the wall or whatever. And this one, you just kind of just draw on the ground, and then just kind of where your play area is. And if you get too close to said wall, then it'll bring up a wall in game and kind of say, hey, you're getting close to the wall. It does get a little annoying at times where you're still a foot away, and then it will still just be like, oh, there's a wall, and it's kind of annoying if you don't have the biggest area to play in, and you just constantly have that wall just keep popping up, and it gets a little annoying at times. And the graphics, they're good. I would say that they're an upgrade to the PSVR from memory. So I do have to say that I believe it's an upgrade. It has been a long time since I've played PSVR, so don't really quote me on that fun. And yeah, the graphics, yeah, they're appeasable. They're not ugly. They're good. They're good. And it is very immersive. I have multiple times where I'm just like, oh, let me prop my legs up on that. If I'm just kind of sitting down and just chilling, I've had multiple times where I just literally have thought what's in the game is truly right in front of me, where I want to, put my arm on something to help me stand up because I'm on the ground and cover or whatever, and it's really cool. And I've done that a few times, and I'm just like, nope, that's not, that's not real. And also another thing that's on here that is super cool is you can use no controllers if you want to. You can make it so it has cameras on it that will detect your hands. Most games are not gonna let you play with just your standard hands, but it is super cool that you don't even need the controllers with some games, but you do have to be kind of like looking at your hands. You can't really just be like, having one hand, to your side and then the other one above you, and just have it detect it. It kind of has to be right in front of you, and you have to be kind of staring at your hands. But still, nonetheless, it is super cool, and I would love to see them make a controller where you actually just like a glove sort of thing, and that would just be so dope. But playing with friends is, for me, the most fun I've had with gaming in a long time. It is just so fun just sitting down and playing, VR chat, Rec Room, Arizona Sunshine, Population 1. It's just like there's a lot of games that are really fun to play with friends. Yeah, and it's just, especially if you can find like a co-op horror game like that. That's where my personal sweet spot is nice. The price isn't the worst. It's probably the cheapest headset out there, like a modern one. Because like PSVR for okay, I'm gonna say you already own the PS4. You're gonna need 2 Move controllers, which I'll just go off of what I've remembered from GameStop. That's like $40 each, and that's 80 right there. And then you gotta buy the camera, which from memory is another $40 around. And then you gotta buy the VR itself, and at least from what I'm remembering, that's $200 for just the headset. And so all of that, it's gonna come, to, I think I said, 120. Yeah, okay. So yeah, 320. Damn. I totally forgot what I said for the first ones, but yeah, and so it's a cheaper deal than that. It comes to 300 for the Quest, but that's for if you want to buy the 128 gigabytes. And for me, that is perfectly more than enough. I have hella games on mine, and I have, I would say, 50 gigs. And so I've just, I would say, 60 games on there. And so I'm not really worried that, oh no, I'm running low. God damn it, what should I delete? I'm not going to deal with that like you do with the, PS4 or Xbox One. And so that's nice. And side-loading games, where you just, get an application on your PC, and it makes it so you can get games that are made by indie companies that haven't gotten enough polish or hype to be put up on the Oculus store. You can go on and get those kind of indie games for free, and it's not against terms of service or anything like that. They're A-okay with it, as long as you're not stealing games, pretty much. And that is so fun. You can get games like Tarkov. There's a beta of it on there for the Quest, because that is unfortunately not on the actual Quest store. But it's still really cool. And it gives you loads of time to play. And for me, that is actually kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's what saved my, what made me love the system. As at the beginning, I was having a little bit of buyer's remorse, because the standard free games are kind of depressing, they're just boring, nothing that exciting. And so I didn't really want to have to buy the headset and then immediately buy more games to make it so it's enjoyable. And so side-loading games made it so much more helpful. And you do not need a PC-ready game, a VR-ready PC or anything like that. You could have some shitty PC and it would work just fine with side-loading. The storage, as I was saying, it's good. You can get a 258, a 128, and I guess there's a 64, but they don't really make those anymore. And the 64 I would probably not recommend getting, but the 128, that's fine. 250, that is more than enough. But make sure you get the one that you truly feel like you should want to get, because you cannot just be like, oh yeah, I got a 120 and I feel like I need more. You can't just go out and buy a new, memory card or whatever and just put it in that. You gotta pretty much buy a whole new system at that point. Apparently they're not compatible, which is kind of lame if you ask me. But and if you like horror games, it is on a complete another level of scariness. It is terrifying on VR. It is so fun and so scary, just going around and like peeking around the corner, and like they actually are like right there. It's just so creepy, and it's so cool. And also you don't need to go out and buy a new pair like a headphones, or you don't need to have earbuds always in to hear everything. There's speakers that are built into it. And the speakers they're really nice. Like, they actually sound like they're earbuds. Somehow, like, if it's just because it's right there, but it just sounds like they're earbuds, honestly. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, everyone else can hear it if you have it really loud, but it sounds so cool. And I don't really use earbuds whenever I play personally. And the microphone, the quality of that as well is fine, nothing bad. And it doesn't hurt my eyes at all with the screens being right there, which is kind of surprising to me. I would think that would kind of bother my eyes, but apparently no. It's nice. It's fine. And you don't have to pay for online, which is super nice. I would not be opposed in the future of them making some sort of Xbox Game Pass sort of situation, or a gold situation. Not the paying for an online part. Screw that. Like every, the 1st and 16th, they give you a game, a VR game to just have whenever you have that subscription. I would not be opposed to that. It would be nice. It would be really nice. But and also, if you have glasses, they got you covered. You don't need to worry about being like, oh, I gotta play my VR. I want to play my VR. Let me take off my glasses. You have this part that they give you that you can just put in, and it makes it so you can play with your glasses on, and that is really cool. And just there's so many cool games, Drunken Bar Fight, Population 1, as I was saying before, Dread Halls, the FNAF Help Wanted, and just the list goes on. There's plenty of really cool games on there. And would probably do it for the pros. And let's get right into the cons. So here's one that I forgot to put on my list here, is whenever you make the headset, you make a admin, and if your admin is, let's say, your older brother, but you want to do stuff for YouTube or whatever, you are kind of shit out of luck. You can't really just you can't just plug it into your PC and get those set recordings. You can't Like you just really you can't do anything except for apparently like send it to your Facebook, like to a group, or post it on your page. And so what I end up having to do is make a private group and just put that where all my games save, like my videos go, and then just yeah, get it from there. It's annoying having to deal with that. uh, yeah, it's not fun. Uh, I would really appreciate it if, like, because I understand they don't really want to make it so the people who, like, if, your older brother bought the Oculus and then you're trying to dick with the settings, like, I get that. I understand that they're not wanting that. But I feel like that's something that they should have the admin choose. If the admin feels like, oh yeah, I don't really care, I feel like that is something that they should be able to just turn on and turn off with this restriction. I feel like that's really annoying, and yeah. I don't know if you can hear my dog. Sorry about him. But yeah. The headset battery itself, like the controller batteries are fine. The headset battery though is really bad. It's pretty damn shit. I would say from a full battery of 100% would last you 3 hours, I'd say. And it's not that that's really like too short. It's just kind of annoying when you're playing with your friends, because time for me whenever I play on the VR, kind of time flies on there, and so it's just kind of it's annoying having it be like, oh crap, bro, I'm gonna go hurry and eat. Charge your headset while I'm gone, so that we don't have to worry about it dying sooner. It's just, I don't want to. It's just annoying having it being like that. Just constantly charging it over and over and over and over. Yeah, or you can buy a 16-foot cord, but then you're tethered to the wall, and so for a lot of people that's turn off, because that's one of the perks of the Oculus Quest is the lack of wires. So it's just a little disappointing. The recording slash streaming is a pain in the ass. If you like to stream to YouTube or Twitch, prepare to buy multiple things unless you have fantastic internet, because I have pretty damn good internet myself. I have, a download speed of roughly 60 on my Xbox and an upload of, it claims to be like 20, even though I don't really know if I believe that. I don't know why it says it's so high, but it's still super laggy if I stream it to Oculus's website, or I stream it to a sideload, or I stream it to my phone. It's choppy. And so if you want to make it so you just kind of stream that, your Oculus stream page, you can do that, but if you don't have really good internet, it's gonna be choppy and it will start lagging once in a while. And so they used to have a cast feature on it for just strictly Facebook, but they got rid of that for some reason, and so now you're stuck to just casting it to your phone or the Oculus website, and so it's just kind of and the game prices are idiotic, man. You prepare, if you're gonna get one, prepare to spend $30 for like a 2-hour experience, and it's a total ripoff, even though the game is fun, like super hot, super fun, super cool. But it's like a $30 game, and the game length is like 3 hours long, and the replay value is not really there. It's disappointing, man. And so for me, that's just not worth 30-40 bucks so you can play a 2-3 hour experience. And even regardless of how fun it is the length has to make me feel like it is worthwhile. Like Dread Halls does a good job. It's $10. and the game is roughly 2 hours long. So like that's not too bad for me. I can't complain with that. But eh. And there's not many free games, and so that, as I was saying before, if you are buying one, prepare to immediately get the headset and then keep adding in like just buying more shit and spending more and more and more so that you can have these worthwhile games instead of just being stuck with Rec Room and VR chat. I really wish they added in more, or just more worthwhile ones. And so also what you can do, I can help you with that if you are getting one. I have a link in the comments in the description where if you make an account before you buy one, with that said link, it'll make it so you get $30 for free, and so you can get any game you want for free basically at that point, as long as it's not over 30, so boom. But not all games from Steam VR or PSVR are on here, and so it's super sad because I was super excited for like Fallout VR, Skyrim VR, or Hitman 3, and none of those are on there, and so it's just kind of like, damn it. And so then you gotta go over and upgrade your PC to make it so it's VR ready, and it's just it's disappointing, man. Super disappointing. And I wish they made more colors of headsets, because like I remember seeing a whole bunch of people having all these black ones, but I've never really seen one myself. And they just have these white ones, and it's just kind of disappointing. I'd really like to see more variations of colors, but and so from what I've heard, this one is not set in stone yet, but from what I've heard, they are planning on making it so they require a Facebook account whenever you're playing it. You have to link your Facebook account, and so it's disappointing for those people that don't want to have to deal with any social media or anything like that, and I get that. But yeah. So, and also the Oculus link cable that the Oculus makes, they are wanting something ridiculous like $80, and it's just a C-type cable that goes to a 3.0 USB, so that you can plug into your PC, and it makes it so you can play Steam VR games and everything. And so that's ridiculously expensive, but you can just buy a whole bunch of knockoffs if you are not wanting to spend that much. So, and overall the price is $300, $400 if you are going to buy a 258 gigabyte, and so that comes purely under what you feel is worth, which one you would rather go for. And so overall, how much I recommend it, I honestly, I do recommend you get one. I do. I really hope that they go out and fix some of these issues, the battery life, the recording, streaming, because I feel like that would make it so people would buy yours a lot more for streaming and everything, and make it so people would be like, oh wow, this was on the Oculus, playing Population 1, and it would make it so people are interested in that said system, because they actually can, just basically they watch their favorite YouTuber or streamer using it. And so, I don't know, I just don't know why they make that so challenging, but overall I give it a 4 out of 5, and I do recommend you get one sooner or later. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed though, and let me know if you want to see something special, if you want to see me do another review on a different item, game, or whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, see you guys.